Hey everyone, welcome to Man Who Eats, and today I'm eating a meatball sub. Let's get started. First, get yourself a pound of ground pork and a pound of ground beef. Put those in a bowl together. We're going to add salt, a little bit of pepper, some panko breadcrumbs, about 1 cup, 2 eggs, lightly beaten, about a tablespoon of garlic. That's 2 cloves, 3 cloves if you want, if you like more garlic. Mix that all together. You don't want to mix this too much. You want a loose mix. Try to touch it as little as possible, but enough to really incorporate everything together. Once it starts looking like this, you can go ahead and start rolling your meatballs. We're going to do something special with these later. Roll them to about a golf ball size. Set them on an aluminum foil lined baking sheet. Now the fun part. You notice we didn't put any Parmesan cheese in that mixture. That's because we're going to go ahead and stuff these meatballs. So go ahead and get some chunks of Parmesan cheese, the good stuff. Slice it enough to get a good amount inside of each meatball. And we're going to wrap them and stuff these meatballs just like you see here. Once all the meatballs are ready to go, get a cast iron skillet. Heat that to medium high with a little bit of vegetable oil in there. And we're going to brown our meatballs. You just need a couple minutes per side until they start looking like this. And then we put them into a prepared spaghetti sauce bath, and they are going to get nice and happy in there for about 1 hour once we cover this up. When the meatballs come out, you're going to see the fruits of your hard labor. There's that Parmesan chunk coming out and oozing out of the center of those meatballs. It provides a nice bit of moisture to the meatball and some juiciness. While the meatballs are in the sauce, we're going to toast our hoagie rolls. This is butter with some granulated garlic in it. And once that is buttered, put it under the broiler for just a couple minutes until it's browned up. We also need to shred some mozzarella cheese. Now that we have our grated mozzarella, we get our meatballs out of the sauce and onto our toasted hoagie roll. 3 per roll ought to do it, depending on the size. Now these are going to be piping hot, and once they are on the hoagie roll, we need to spoon over that delicious sauce. If you want that recipe, it's linked in the description below and available on my website, manwhoeats.com. Once the meatballs are sauced up, go ahead and generously top them with mozzarella cheese, and do not be shy. This is where a lot of your flavor is. This is the fun part of any meatball sub, so really go to town here. Once the meatballs are covered, we're going to put those back under the broiler for another couple minutes until the cheese is melted and starting to brown and bubble. And your meatball subs are just about done. A little bit of torn fresh basil to finish these off, and you are ready to dig in. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. It's available at manwhoeats.com. And as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and be notified every time I come out with a new recipe.